we have a huge opportunity to shape the future. The future is always the result of the choices we make today, and everyone has a choice to make. So let's make this choice for the right future.
The future of the grid is probably one of the many examples to show that most changes in politics have more facets, actually. Most people are convinced that the future of the grid is an issue of energy, of climate change, and of environment, which is true.
We come from struggling with public opposition, not about the grid, about many things. Where are we going? Now, frankly, the future does not look very bright, but what we must try is to develop a shared European will in a very broad sense, and the grid is crucial about this.
New and improved transmission grid infrastructure is essential to balance a decarbonized power system cost effectively.
I would like to welcome here in the middle of this circus Ben Verhorst from TenneT and Harry Huyten from ISPB. Now we have 24 signatories, and I would like to start inviting all the RTI members to come here in this arena and sign the posters that we will be giving to Commissioner Oettinger. He is on his way. He will be here soon. So, Christoph Balz from German Watch, please start moving. And from Sledens Natur und Milieu, Harry is already here. Ben is already here. Please, start. Julian to everybody. Julian Battery from National Grid. He is actually responsible for this declaration because he has hosted the workshop in Glasgow, and that's where everything started. So thanks, Julian.
Pleasure.
Signatories of the European Grid Declaration. Happy to have you here, and I think we have kept our promise to support your work in the Commission. So we are foreseeing that you will keep, then you can start.
Without secure, intelligent and sustainable networks, we cannot meet our energy and climate targets in Europe. Consultation of stakeholders is a key part of the process. ACER and the Commission have to ensure consistency of the selection process across all regions. Interconnectors bring benefits across borders, and we should make sure that the maximum benefit is taken from such projects by involving all parties. Our proposal will ensure that projects of common interest get financed, even if the regulation alone cannot deliver them. We all have to engage in a broad public dialogue. Politicians at local, at regional, national and European level, the authorities concerned, TSOs and NGOs. We have to act together, and we have to act now, with all parties across the different sectors. Joining forces, we will not be able to meet our ambitious energy, and climate targets. The Renewable-Grid-Initiative brings these parties together as today and has already achieved a remarkable milestone by signing the joint declaration on electricity network development and nature conservation today, to which I would like to congratulate you all. Dear members of parliament, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to continue this fruitful dialogue with us and contribute with your excellent work to the realization of a pan-European electricity grid. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
We have to create a huge common lobby, what we are doing at the moment already, to push the Commission, the Commissioner, that has been already very encouraging, open to this thinking, to push the Member States and the Council, and to push our political parties and the Parliament to move, and to move much faster and with bigger ambition than what we are doing and seeing on the figures on the budget and the Commission at the moment.
The underlying objective or the concept for our proposal is to streamline the procedures, basically by cutting red tape, by providing efficiency and effective processes.
Procedures to get the new infrastructure we are talking about, procedures should not take too long time. I agree to this. I see really also a certain urgency to develop the new infrastructure.
So consultation this is the problem. But have we other chance? When local authorities stop your authorizations process, and when people stop your project construction, and when legal conflicts stop your authorization. So, what can we do? Our experience shows that consultation with local authorities is possible. It's very heavy, very long, but it's possible. And speak with citizens is possible.
The TSOs are not setting energy policy. The TSOs are trying very hard to follow the energy policy and also the market developments, trying to forecast them, and on that basis, jointly, Europe-wide plan in order to accommodate the increasing variable renewables generation, the increasing need for demand response, the increasing energy efficiency, and all in all, the steeply decreasing greenhouse gas emissions. Thank you very much.
We have, of course, the responsibility of security of supply. We have, since the deregulation of the market and the liberalization of the market, the responsibility of development an electricity market. And nowadays there's a third task that is on our side, to integrate renewable energies. And that's the main story for what we need, grids. Otherwise you could say, do you really need grids? And I can tell you no, because the system worked pretty well beforehand. But when we want to change the energy sources, then we have to think about the consequences.
We don't get acceptance if you go to people with a technical recipe. That only works if there's a narrative behind, a strong story, which is shared in a partisan view from the left to the right of the parliaments, which is shared between urban and rural people. And one, I'm not saying the only vision of that one, or the only narrative which we aspire to. There are many others as well, but one is certainly 100% renewables, which is much more precise and much clearer, also probably more divisive than saying decarbonization alone.
We can only support the extension of the grids if we see that is put in the right perspective. We call it here climate primacy, which doesn't only mean climate, it means climate, but it means the right targets for renewables, and it means the right targets and policy for energy efficiency as a package. That is the vision and perspective what we need. And we need transparency standards. to move into this debate is for us as an environmental and development NGO a major reputational risk.
I maintain that were consumers to be billed monthly based on their actual consumption, they would save 12.5% on their energy bills, and not just their electricity bills. This wonderful scheme of actually giving people bills on a monthly basis works equally well for gas and water. So I would maintain there are 770 million smart meters in Europe right now. They're called mobile phones, and they're smart meters from the point of view of the consumer. If we want to get the smart meters into the homes, ultimately, which we must do for distributed power generation, we have to earn the trust of the consumer. And right now, we don't have it.
Politicians stand up and make renewable energy targets, but they will not stand up and say, my target next year is to build 1,500 kilometres of high voltage transmission. They will not say it, because it's politically not a sensible thing for them to do. The politicians are to blame. They keep on talking.
The dialogue and the participation in energy issues failed so far in the last centuries. So we completely lost the public and the citizens when we discuss and decide about energy. People have no trust anymore in institutions, and that's a problem when you invite them to participate in the debate. Often it's too late, because the formal procedure is organized in a way that people cannot bring in alternatives and suggestions.
Now, finally, we have fully understood that if we want to see a transformation, we need to have the acceptance across societies. It's not just one single group making this transformation. We need everyone playing its own role.